I think I would prefer chemistry over the skill of people, in my honest opinion. There's so much shoots that I have done with my team where if they were not there, it would have just felt flat. The production just way better as far as just quality, experience, comfortability for sure. As a director, you always need to feel comfortable, so having the right amount of people just helps, especially your DP for sure. You need to have very good chemistry with your DP for sure.
Hey guys, it's your girl Really Chris, and I'm here with
Greatezt.
And welcome back to another episode of Plugged and Connected Podcast. So Greatezt, thank you so much for being here today.
My pleasure.
How's your day going?
Pretty chill. I just, you know what it is, I typically forget how I start my day sometimes.
Why is that?
Yeah, we be outside, we be a little bit busy.
Is today an off day for you?
Technically, yeah.
Why technically? You have some stuff you still gonna get done?
Probably, probably, yeah. I mean, when I love things like this because it gives me a reason to just clear out my calendar. So,
okay.
So that's how I'm
giving you a little break.
Yes, and I appreciate that a lot.
No problem. All right, so the first question I ask all my guests is, how are me and you connected?
How me and you connected? I think I met you through Sensei. I met you through Sensei Hands. What was the Anicia shoot? So that was fun. But it's funny because I feel like I've seen your stuff before, which is crazy.
Facts. So I was gonna say the same thing. The name definitely around. I don't know if we've been on a set together prior, but I know for sure his first time locking in was the Anicia Girls Gone Wild video shoot. And your position was DP?
Yeah, I was the DP.
Okay, yeah. That was a really good shoot, and I was AD. How was that shoot for you, though?
Man, it was really fun, very chaotic, but, I don't expect much from, music videos, which are very fun, but, I don't really expect much, but...
That couldn't have been your craziest shoot, though, no?
Yeah, I've had crazy shoots.
You had crazier, okay.
Yeah, I feel like I have crazy shoots. It wasn't that crazy, it was just... rapper time.
Yeah.
Rapper time is always rapper time, so.
Yep. And then with girls too, things take longer.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And then we was on the boat, the house.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was a 2-day shoot. I'm looking back, I just realized it was a 2-day shoot.
Yeah, it was a 2-day shoot. Yeah. Most definitely. So where did the name Greatezt come from?
Man, so originally when I came up with the name, so this was actually in high school. So this is and I might sound old when I say this. This is when Instagram was fresh out, right?
Okay.
So I just wanted the name Greatezt, but with an S, right? Spelled correctly, of course. And what happened was it wasn't available. So I was like, dang, you just make it a Z. And this was before I was even thinking about making this a film thing or anything. I just wanted the name. And then fast forward, I was just doing so much extracurricular things in high school. I was in a film program, Academy of Entertainment Technology in William H. Turner Tech.
What school?
What
high school did you do that?
William H. Turner Tech.
That's Miami?
Yeah, that's Miami, yeah. Okay. For the most part, I had the name, but I never wanted to make it into film. I just always had the name until one day, one of my guys told me yo, why don't you call this film company thing that? And I was just like...
Wait, what do you mean by this film company thing? So you started doing film already, but you didn't attach that name to it?
Yeah, I didn't really attach it. I had a different name. I had AJB Productions.
Oh, okay.
That was my first, middle, and last name initials. And at that time, I just wasn't thinking, why not just put it Greatezt? Until one of my friends told me, this is a way better name that suits you.
Yeah.
And I just been rolling with it since.
That's nice. And then the logo too, I seen you recently explained it.
Yeah, so. It's crazy. Oh my God, the amount of people that there was a good 25% of people that saw the logo and understood it from the jump. And there was another 75% of people who didn't understand it at all. And that is the best thing about logos. Because I feel like if there's a deeper meaning behind your logo, you got them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
facts.
Shout out to All With These. She did such a phenomenal job. Shout out to All With These. She did such a phenomenal job with that logo.
Yeah, it snaps. It fits. It fits.
Thank
Fits
you.
the name, what you do. So as a young Black male, what made you start doing film? Like I peeped you had a film class a little bit in high school as an
Yeah.
extracurricular. But what made you really like, I want to either take it, whether hobby or serious, but what made you really get into it?
So it's a mixture of things. So, and this is just me being so transparent. In high school, there was a lot of programs. There was health, there was law, there was CMAT, which is like construction. I think those were the only, and there was agriculture. I picked the academy because I didn't want to do a lot of work in high school. I'm just being super transparent.
It'd be like that.
Yeah, so, and I did have an interest in editing, but I didn't really have an interest in cameras.
Okay.
So fast forward, as I started getting more into the academy, they hosted a thing called a film festival. And that's when I really wanted to start taking shooting serious.
Mm-hmm.
So it basically had student films, and it was like a big thing that happened like 2 times out the year. 2 times out the school year, which was in winter and which was in spring. And I saw this amazing film. It was shot by an amazing director. I doubt he's watching this, but his name is Oscar.
Someone that's older or was a student at the time?
He's older now for sure, but he was a student at the time.
Oh, okay.
But he made this horror film, and when I saw it and the reaction I gave people, I was like, I want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I really wanted to do that for sure. From that very moment. Another thing was I was already making videos of because I was a big sneakerhead back in the day, so I used to just I had a whole YouTube channel dedicated to just sneakers and sneakers
Mm-hmm.
only. So I really had a camera just to do that, and that was kind of like a hobby of mine.
What camera did you have? Do you
Man,
remember?
I had the 5. Oh no, I had the Canon T5i.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a good one back in the day.
So you started off on a good point.
Yeah.
So at what point do you feel like you were plugged in?
Define plugged in.
Like just that moment where you're like, yeah, I'm making the right moves. Like I could keep growing with this. I'm getting the respect.
That's a great question. The moment I realized I can make these moves, I think for sure it had to be when I really started making, because I never had a job before, right?
Lucky you.
I never I had a job. I had a job at the Heat Arena, right? But that was my only job. And at the time, when I think I grew, I made it was a really good month financially. And this was at the time I was in college too. And at that moment, I think I made probably it was probably a small number, but probably $2-3 grand just off of a few shoots, a few client shoots. And at that moment, I just knew, I think I could make this full time for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was really at that particular moment, it was around 2018.
Okay.
So at that moment, I was just making a lot more income. I think that for sure told me I can do this long term.
And you've been freelance since then?
Yeah, so I professionally, so in reality, I picked up a camera around 2015. I professionally started doing this in 2017.
Okay. What year did you graduate?
2017.
Okay. Oh, we're the same age-ish, kind of. Basically.
Kind of, yeah.
Same thing. Okay, cool. That's cool. And so I would say for me, my moment, because I don't think it's a real moment. I don't even know why I asked this question. It's not like a one-time moment, but when I transitioned from living in Orlando, because I was in college for Orlando, and that's when I met my mentor or whatever, we were doing some projects, and then I moved here, and she didn't move here, she moved to Atlanta, I moved to Broward, and I was still able to get work and be in the same rooms and places with people and grow. So that was kind of my moment, I moved back here 2021. But kind of before that, I knew I wanted to do it, but I guess really feeling like I'm plugged in would be 2021. When I came back to Broward, because being able to get work.
Your name has been mentioned a lot.
Really?
Yeah, because I think there was a few times where I was in a chat with you and Suave. I think this was around time where we were trying to do the Sexy Red campaign.
The Sexy
video.
Red, yeah, I was doing the treatment for that.
And I know I heard your name probably a little bit before that, so
I love that.
Honestly, it's been you've been doing a great job with that.
Thank you. I love that. Okay, so connections are important, and they have an impact on your journey. Who's someone that really like made it for you, or like someone who's around who influences you?
So, as far as connections go, I'll say one of my very most my biggest connection up like from that point, and this is when I knew things were getting like really good for me. I think this is when I met B.O.B. Yeah, that's Young Thug's video director for most of his popular videos, Hercules.
B.O.B.
B.O.B. Yes.
Why am I thinking this is an artist? Who with that song?
He's Young Thug's director.
Oh,
so that was my first like major connection, and at that moment I knew that's when I knew like connections are honestly the way to go when it comes to this field for sure. And I can tell you this, it makes things a lot more smoother. So I'll break it down for sure. Around this time period, I wasn't kind of new to making treatments, so I didn't really know exactly what I was doing. So at the time, B.O.B., he was the commissioner, and he already made up in his mind that I'm doing this video no matter what. And this was for No Cap. We did Overtime, which is one of my favorite videos, like up to date. When the time came and I submitted my treatment, he obviously gave me some tips, some advice on what I need to do. And I'm just gonna be super transparent. Looking back at it, my treatment wasn't all the way good, but he wanted to make sure that I got this job no matter what. So he uses obviously his influence and to make things happen, as long as because he knew he was gonna be on set, so he was gonna make sure nothing happened. And at that moment, looking back at everything that I learned from that shoot, I can tell you for sure that if he wasn't there and he wasn't as connected as he was, it would have been a very bad shoot. And all of the things that could have happened didn't happen because of him.
Got you.
And there was
like him looking out for you, basically.
Like him looking out, him giving me and my team a little bit of guidance, like when it comes to approaching shoots like this. And one of the most important things that he told me is that I am now like everybody's competition. Like I'm now dealing with the best of the best. Edgar Steves, Video God, Flex Daps. Like I'm dealing with all of those guys moving forward.
Yeah.
And that's how I just started looking at things. Like I just started really tapping into what it really means to be a director.
Yeah.
And I can say for sure that because of him, his connections, that really taught me what it really means to really kind of be kind of a pioneer in the industry, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like just kind of seeing how what he did, the influence, and him just giving back. Because the way he gives back is like the way he gave back to me is the way I try to give back to other people.
Yeah, because it helped you grow like so much throughout what you're doing. So
how about you, as far as
connections, big connections? Let me see. I don't know. I'm just kind of big connection. I'm gonna just always go back. I guess for me, it's the start. Like when I started with my mentor in Orlando, because we were working with like local artists in Orlando, like who was around at the time? Dave from the Grave. You know who I
Dave from the Grave.
Yeah, you know who was around at the time? That I met, who's popping now? Hurricane Wisdom.
Wow.
Years ago.
Wow.
I remember I don't remember the exact moments, but like some studio sessions I was at. And yeah, he was fine. He's still fine to this day. But she just brought me, I would say with her, she put me in high pressure situations, and she would tell me and she wouldn't care. Same thing with the treatment. She was like, okay, you're gonna learn how to do treatments. Like all her projects, she's like, okay, I need treatment for this, and that. She just let me do it. I'm like, what do you want? She would barely say anything until I'm done. And then she's like, okay, well, you could fix this, you could do that, and learn that way. And then we would travel to Atlanta together. So when she had shoots in Atlanta, I would go there, and she has me like assistant directing or coordinating, like, talking to go talk to the artist. I'm like, what do I say? But just putting me in like high pressure situations really helped me just handle everything else that like I've been going through. And then when I moved back down here, I don't know, it's just everyone kind of is like connected. Like someone kind of always knows somebody. It's like when I pop out somewhere, I always run into someone else I know. So it kind of makes it more like comfortable.
Nah, for real. And it's funny because like just like you said, like who wouldn't know I knew the videographer?
Yeah.
And that's my dog right here.
I feel like it's so like I love that about like life and then the connections. It's like I used to have like a friend that I used to do everything with, but that's not anymore. So now I do everything by myself. But it's like when I go places, I'm always running into someone I know, like, and I love that. It makes me feel comfortable. I'm like, this is where I need to be.
And that's the beautiful part about this industry.
Yeah.
Like, you're able to just build and reconnect with so much people. And it's so weird because you can go a long time without seeing somebody, and then you see somebody for the first time in a while, and then next thing you know, you have a job the next day.
Yeah, facts. So, I didn't even say her name. Shout out to Socks. I was just with her this week. Well, see, like, even a little more insight on that. Like, this past week, I had 2 shoots. One was Sexy Red, 21 Savage, Lil Harold, as a PA, but she didn't reach out directly. It was the assistant director, Showtime, hit me up. Because they work together, they have their separate stuff, so he hit me up. And then later in the week, I don't remember the day, my memory's so bad, Tuesday, Monday, Cinco de Mayo. No, I don't remember. Anyways, I had another shoot with Plies, and then Socks was there. And, just being able to work with more artists, more people, and yeah, just showing my face. And when you're with someone that they trust, it's like they could trust you. So we talked about connections. How important is chemistry on a set? Do you feel like you have to have chemistry? Is it about just having the right skill set of people on there?
So it's definitely a mix. So having chemistry is very important on set, but it's not as crucial as having the right amount of skilled people. It's a good mix for sure. I think I would prefer chemistry over the skill of people, in my honest opinion. Because looking back at it, there's so much shoots that I have done with my team where if they were not there, it would have just fell flat.
Yeah.
I think for the first time, like there's been a few times where I've had to work with people like with other like gaffers and grips and DEPs whenever I have to travel and I have to hire out. And they always do a great job, but it's not.
It doesn't feel the same.
Yeah, it doesn't feel the same as having the same people that's around. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's there. Don't get me wrong. The quality is there, and I think that's what matters the most at the end of everything. But I feel like chemistry really is what makes the production just way better, as far as just quality, experience, comfortability for sure. As a director, you always need to feel comfortable. So having the right amount of people just helps. Especially your DP for sure. You need to have very good chemistry with your DP for sure.
So I would agree. I would say it does need to be a good balance. But how do you like you said, sometimes you hire out. Do you go out of your way to make like a kind of a connection with these people, or do you know like, oh, I'm just working with them today, we just need to get this over with?
Yeah, I really do my best to really keep a very good connection with them. Try to be as cordial as possible. Usually my conversations is more like, this is the rate, I need you on this day. If it's somebody that I haven't worked with before, and that's just with them. On a different tip, if I'm hitting up like a Jawan or Mitch or whoever, like sometimes I don't even have to say the rate, they're there. But they just know they're gonna get paid at the end of it. But some people are gonna ask for the rate. Maybe they might fight you on it, respectfully, of course. Yeah. But when that chemistry is already there and that friendship is just there, it's like you don't even have to ask.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it just overall makes it like way more just comfortable for sure.
Yeah, and you have something fun to look forward to. Like
exactly. I love like
on set. I love trolling Juwan. I love trolling Mitch.
Because they are trolls.
Yeah, like we just be having fun, and I think that's very important on set to always enjoy everybody's company while making a very great product.
Yeah, facts.
Because don't get me wrong, I'm gonna lock in, but I do like having little side moments where we can laugh and chill and make a joke or two.
Yeah, it feels like less pressure. Just overall good energy for the whole set. Especially when people get along, like you could feel like when you go on a set where people know each other versus where they don't, you could tell, like you could feel the difference in the energy.
Absolutely.
So in this industry where people are underpaid, overlooked, and used often or sometimes, how do you deal with that? Like keep protecting your energy, protecting your brand?
So it's a series of things that I do to try not to deal with that as much. I definitely try to build leverage. Leverage is very important. I think, I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm the best director, but I strive to be. I believe becoming a commodity where you cannot get this type of visuals anywhere else is what's gonna help you get a little bit of leverage. So what I do is I try to do my very best to do that, whether it's coming from the visuals or whether it's coming from the customer service, the speed, whichever. So I try to maximize on those three things. Then I try to take the time to use that as a way where I should not get paid I should not get paid any less than this number. So I'm very married to my non-negotiables. I have a certain non-negotiable number that I try not to go below. I am the type to still look the other way if there's a budget, if there's a situation, or if there's an opportunity, because we're artists at the end of the day. We like to create art, and I think at times it's just very important to try to find a balance between that versus a good payday. But there are times where we have weird, situations where people are drastically trying to underpay. And I'll give you an example. The visualizers, they're calling music videos visualizers.
Yeah.
And I have been approached with a lot of amazing opportunities as of late, but some of them have been coming from artists that want to do a visualizer, but then it has a storyline, and it has to get a girl, and it has to do this, we got to do that. And it's this is not much of a visualizer anymore, it's a music video. Because let's say you end up doing a music video for the song, damn, you got it right there. Exactly. So I feel like, I believe that in this industry, you really just have to stand, you have to really, you have to stand on your prices. I definitely believe it's very important to do that. There's a standard that needs to be met, especially with our rates. And I really do my best to meet that standard when it comes to everybody. I must admit, there are situations where the rates are just not there, but I know I want to make something happen.
Yeah.
So I think the best way to just navigate really is just really trust your intuition, continue to better your craft, better your skill set, and definitely learn other skills for sure. I can tell you right now, I do first AD on the side. I also DP on the side, and I edit on the side as well.
Okay.
So, when I'm not full-time directing, you'll most likely see me on set doing one of those things.
But I feel like all positions run into budgeting issues.
Absolutely.
But that was so crazy that you mentioned that visualizer thing, because someone recently hit me up talking about a visualizer or whatever. I gave them the price for this visualizer and they disappeared. But it's just I don't know. It's I think the titles of stuff is what's messing people up. To me, I when people book with me, I really kind of tell them, it's really I have a starting price, and then it's really based on what you need. Because you're calling it one thing, but you want all this other stuff, or you're calling it this, but you don't need that much for real. Maybe I could help you out because you're not asking for so much, But
and that's the whole point. A visualizer is supposed to be a very dumbed down version of the music video. Why is there a storyline coming from several different locations? You know what I'm saying? And when you just get it just doesn't make sense so much. So
yeah, I agree. So in situations with high pressure, whether that's the client's upset with you, the budget went over something, missing equipment, how do you handle yourself in those type of situations?
I try not to display my emotion on set whenever there's high pressure situations. I must admit, I have displayed it on set probably maybe once or twice when things got very to the tip, very high, so high to the point where I could touch the sky. It was that bad. But I think it's just very important to not show it, to remain as calm and composed as possible, especially when there is a lot of money being allocated to making this, whether it's a 6 to 8 hour or 12-hour production. there's a lot of trust in that, being professional at all times is very important whenever you're taking these budgets, because I've had moments where I've had people spend maybe $500 on the budget or $50,000 on the budget, I mean on the production. So I have to still show up as if those numbers don't even exist, because you like having the absolute calmness is what makes your clients trust you way more.
Yeah.
And I've had so many situations where my clients have seen me get hit with problem after problem after problem, and I've tried to just stay as resilient as possible and just say we can move forward with the shot, or we could just keep it going. I've one time had a shoot where we accidentally tripped off the power to a house. Not a mansion, but a house. And we couldn't, so when we tripped off the power, we couldn't plug our lights, we couldn't do anything. And it got weird for a second, and it was just a very uncomfortable situation. And I had an opportunity to either kind of worry about that, and I had a moment where I could have simply worried about that, or I could have simply just got the shoot done. So I decided to just get the shoot done and just keep it going and let my assistant director handle that.
Gotcha.
Because it's just important to keep the flow of things going. Like to make the hard decisions when the pressure is on is what makes you a better director. Most better leader, but definitely a better director.
Yeah, facts. And I feel like it's important too, because not only like just getting the product done, but working on a set, people like, people talk. Like you said, word of mouth. You heard good stuff about me. I would hate for them to be like, I put Chrissy on this shoot and she just fumbled the bag. She folded, and people are gonna hear that. As much skill as I might have, it's just like, dang, I remember that time and she couldn't handle this. So who knows what's gonna happen? So there's been some sets I've worked on where I see people get a little like frantic, or they catch an attitude, and I'm just like, it's not a good look, or it's making like the team uncomfortable, or it's making the client uncomfortable. And so I mean, me as a person, I think even outside of this field, I'm pretty good at handling myself under pressure. Some people could tell, they'll be like, dang, like you're real focused, but it's not like nothing like I'm,
Yeah, it's nothing that we're, not used to.
Yeah. But for sure, so keeping a good face on set for sure. So how has your approach from filming changed from like the start? So you said like 2018, 2017, 2018?
Yeah, so 2017 is when I did it professionally. 2015 is when I just picked up a camera.
Okay, so from 2017 till now, like how has your approach changed?
For sure, I value my connections way more. As I value every person I meet, I shake hands with. For sure, I definitely do my best to leave a very lasting impression anytime I'm in any room, just so I can always maximize the situation. Because you can always make a great visual. You can make many great visuals, but if you're not really maximizing who you are to somebody, like, it's not really gonna just end up very well.
Yeah, or not that it won't end up well, but it's just like a lot of people make great videos, a lot of people. So it's just like, why do they want you back specifically?
Yeah, so definitely just showing like who you are, how you come. I think that is one thing I really like. I really try to focus on whenever I'm making anything, trying to make everything larger than life. Definitely experience for sure. Just trying to show a very fun experience for everybody. I think that's my approach now, because I've always felt like we can always make a great visual, but if I can't make these people feel something, then I haven't done my job.
Okay, that's good. So I've been kind of like seeing more of like your work and stuff lately, but I've noticed that you like do these videos and they look so good too. These videos like on advice, or you have like the treatment template, the VFX packs. What made you like start doing that?
It's something I've always wanted to do for a very long time. Definitely the advice. Definitely putting myself out there on YouTube. I've always found it very important to give back, because it's kind of funny because I don't have a lot of subscribers on YouTube, but I have people who watch and they'll DM me and saying, yo, thank you for this. Like I needed this. And I think that's what we need at times, to just have somebody who have gone through it to relate to.
Yeah.
And, I'm not going to say my story is any different from any other person, but I've done the run and gun videos. I've had guns in my face. I've had a situation where a bullet went off. I've had a situation where I've been detained by a police officer.
Oh, damn.
And for me to turn all of that into, what I've built, in these past few years and show that you can do it too, it's very much possible. I feel like that's why I have this platform to do that for.
Yeah.
So I think for me, it's just something that I've always wanted to build for such a very long time, to just to have a community together and show, hey, you don't have to be stuck. You don't have to feel like you're doing a rat race for so long, because if I did it, you can do it too.
Mm-hmm. So wait, out of all you say you first AD, DP, and direct. What's and you started with editing, or your interest was in editing?
Yes, I started with editing.
You edit still?
Yeah.
Okay. So what's your favorite?
Definitely directing.
Okay. Why?
It's just a feeling I have when I'm on set. I don't know what it is. I just love seeing what I have on paper
come to life.
Yeah, it's such a euphoric feeling. It's something that you will never and I'm pretty sure you can relate.
Mm-hmm.
It's something you just it's a very very
I don't even know how to describe it either.
it just feels so great just seeing what you had on papers just coming to life,
Yeah, and make everyone happy. Nothing's ever perfect now.
Yes.
But still, just seeing that final product is always
feel great.
Yeah.
Definitely second editing.
Second is editing. Okay.
Yeah. Even though I hate the tedious work of it, but sometimes I even be impressing myself a little.
See that part too. I don't edit often at all. I'm not no editor, but when I do have to edit things, I don't know, it's annoying, it's tedious, but it's just ooh, I did that. I made that. That's fine. Making these clips. First you're in real life, then you got the camera, then you get these clips back, and then it's just the whole little cook up thing. It's pretty cool. It's fun, Okay, so for new and young creators, what do you want them to take away from you kind of touched on that a little bit, your videos and stuff that you offer with the advice, or just advice about being in this field in general?
Mm-hmm. So I think for new creators, the best thing that they can do for sure is to continue to be a student of the game. I think having interest in this field should never, your passion, your willingness to learn should never die. Mm-hmm. No matter how much money you're making, no matter how many great months you've had, it should just never die.
Yeah.
I know people that have stopped shooting for money, but they're still in the field just learning.
Yeah.
Whether it's film or just doing passion projects or anything. I think you should always continue to want to learn.
Yeah.
Even right now, I made a note to watch a few music videos at home, because that was something I used to do a lot. I used to do that a lot. I feel like I haven't done that. I just kept music videos just on my TV screen, just watching it. And
feeding yourself that information.
Just seeing what's trending right now, what I can get inspiration from. And I like doing that, and I think what people should continue to do is find what else that they like, because you never know.
Yeah, what's crazy you say that, from this, so when I first started, when I knew I kind of wanted to get into film or whatever, I was not on Instagram, y'all. I had the Instagram, but I was not on Instagram posting, blah, blah, blah. But when I was okay, this is what I want to do, I would unfollow, anyone who wasn't related to, art, film, fashion, and I was just following people who do camera work, fashion, just changing my feed to the stuff I want to see and to the stuff I want to do. And I feel like that kind of helped me, when I'm starting to go places, and I'm just we never met before, but I've seen you, or I never met before, but I heard your name. So just feeding yourself that information, seeing other people's work, so that you're always learning for sure.
Yeah, being around that culture also plays a very important factor, because if you're around people who don't really appreciate art
it sucks.
It's I'm not gonna say it sucks, because I have a lot of friends who are just I'm not gonna say average people, but people who are just not on the social media
side. I can't just scroll on my phone all day looking at just random stuff. I like to see other people's work or stuff that can inspire me, But yeah, and then some bigger this DP. Do you know BP?
Oh, BP the DP.
Yes, I love him. I love his work.
He's a legend.
Yeah.
I was just it's funny. I was just watching his story, and he was talking about because he has a project that he wanted to put out. He was just mentioning putting it out on a film festival. I mean, I replied to it. I doubt he's gonna reply anyway, but I just said just put it in the film festival.
Yeah.
Like, I'll show up.
I've probably been on like 2 sets with him, but he's someone I love. Like, I don't know him like that. We never really got to connect, but just based off his work, like I know he's on big projects, big money, but he's always like, he'll get new equipment and like try some new shit and then make videos showing him, you know, like the new stuff he got, how it works. So like you said, just always learning no matter how big in the game you are is important. All right, so outside of film, or like not outside, after a shoot day or in your off days, what do you like to do?
Damn, why is that a hard one?
Because I mean, it'd be
I'm
like
just thinking,
that.
what do I sleep for sure? I love trying out different restaurants. I can tell you that. Like anytime I see anything like viral on TikTok regarding like exquisite type of food, try to look into that. I watch basketball a lot. I think that's really about it.
Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. I don't be.
But it's like I don't really feel like I'm unfulfilled. I feel like I live a happy life.
Okay, that's great.
If I'm being mad honest, because I think it's because this hobby turned into a job, but I still 50%. I say 75% chance. I'm always having fun.
Yeah.
Like no matter what I'm filming.
Yeah, facts. And like you said, some of the people that you're around, your team, it's just like it's always a good time and good energy with them. Anyways, so yeah. Okay. Are you an early bird or a night owl?
So I used to be a night owl. I've actually now been transitioning to an early bird, simply because I get a lot gets done a lot gets done. Like a lot gets done every single time I wake up, 6 a.m. on the dot. I used to I now realize that being a night owl kind of ruined my mental space a little bit. Like looking back at it, because I've been a night owl for like years, but now like waking up very early now, I just love just taking getting tea and just walking around in my area.
Right.
That's just how I start my day.
Because how you woke up a couple of hours later, you don't have time to do stuff like that.
Exactly.
So like, do you get more? Let me see. Like, do you prefer to? Because you're saying like wake up and drink some tea. Are you not editing during the day? Like, which like?
Yeah, I'll edit during the day if I have some projects, which most likely I always do. But for the most part, I typically take a stroll around my pond, my apartment pond, and I would just go back. I'll just go back inside, probably like some motivational content, and then I would start editing most likely, and then just dibble back and forth on.
And then your day ends around what time?
Whatever my body tells me, it's honestly.
Right?
But like lately, my body has been making me sleep around 10.
Okay.
Which has been very great.
Good. That's nice.
The only time when if we have like long hours on set, I can adjust for sure. But post that, like if I'm just having a regular day, I typically sleep early now, which I'm so happy.
I love that for you. Happy. Can't relate. Can't relate. Oh yeah, my schedule. So yeah, like you said, you adjust when you need to. But I realize, so let's say I wake up early. Waking up is the hard part, but once I'm up, it feels good to be up. I feel like more like the self-care, the errand stuff, like little stuff I can do throughout the day, but it hits like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, that's when I want to start getting on the computer to edit. And then I'm like going to sleep at like 2, 3. That's I don't know why, but like me getting on that computer and sitting like with no distractions like that, I have to wait till like my second half of the day.
That's actually, I think that's really good to do, especially if because I'm pretty sure you're on a computer chasing something. Yeah, you're chasing a goal. I think, because we all have this phase where we're still grinding to get somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think I think it's great. I've never been against it, because I've been doing it for honestly probably like the last 8 years, just staying up past 12. And I still do at times, but I think this is probably I think 2024 was the first time where I realized how important sleep is and how it's important to really get, your time.
Yeah, you don't want to burn
back.
out.
Yeah, because it happens, especially in this industry. Because we have a very hard industry. Like, we have a very, very, very
Bro,
hard
the shoot I was just at showed up at 3. We were supposed to wrap by let's say we were supposed to wrap by midnight. The artists didn't show up till midnight, 11 p.m.
Common story.
I didn't leave till 4 a.m. I'm like, well, it's just like, so taking advantage of some good sleep while you can, But yeah, I feel like that works better for me. Cause cause I hate getting on my computer and then I'm distracted and I stop, or I want to go do something, or I want to go eat, and then I just, so my lock-in hours is like the second half of the night. Yeah, for sure. All right, what is something you're really good at outside of filming?
Call of Duty. Yeah.
Y'all go play him and tell me if he's cap or, let me get Call of Duty. You don't be on Twitch.
Oh, no, I don't be on Twitch.
You don't
I got to.
You don't be on the yelling at people and.
Oh no, I want to get into it though, cause it seems like something it seems very fun. I would like to get into it.
Right, but do you have time for that right now? Do you feel
Nah.
Right.
Well, I barely have time to play the game, and I be trying to make time for that.
Right. Yeah, I feel that. There's a lot of stuff I want to do, but I'm just like, the time has to wait till I'm a little more, like, not chasing, a little more stable. Okay, so where do you see Greatezt Productions, Greatezt Media being in the next 5 years?
Tough one. I think I want to continue this growth. I feel like we've made so much amazing steps, especially in these last 3 years. I don't really see anything that isn't. I don't really see much. I just want to keep touching more and more bigger projects. Maybe an office, just maybe, for sure. But definitely just more projects, having a more organized system, for sure. Having somebody, answer the phone instead of me.
So bringing on more people as well.
Yeah, but to have them on the clock, not like, like let's say you get a production coordinator, and that's when they handle all things production. I want somebody to handle all things business.
Oh, okay, like an administrator, basically.
Yes, just so, because I've seen big production companies like Des Gray, like she has somebody handling all of her paperwork. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
and they're on the clock. And I think at that point, that's when your company has scaled to a point where you can hire somebody to officially watch over your business, while you tend to make your own.
Yes,
so you don't have to be at both places at once.
Doing everything, yeah. That's a good goal. I'm right there with you. I need to.
You will get there.
Need to be able to hire some folks. All right. And how do you plan to stay connected? No, how do you plan to stay plugged in this year?
Definitely being outside more.
Being outside more. You don't be outside?
No, I'll be outside. That's the thing. I don't know how I've been I've been fitting into my schedule. I think this has been a year, a little bit towards the end of last year. This has been a year where I've done my absolute best to just stay outside, try to connect more.
But it's not overwhelming.
Yeah, I'm trying to find that perfect balance, because it's funny, because I was just telling my barber today that I might have to slow down on just kind of going out sometimes. And it's only because I just want to find that perfect balance, because there'll be times where if I go out and then there's an opportunity I probably missed, and I've just been trying to find that perfect balance.
Perfect don't exist, so
yeah, it doesn't.
Good luck. I'm saying this because I feel like you. Like, shit, I want perfect balance, but it ain't ever gonna be perfect.
Yeah.
But that's good. That's good. Well, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
I appreciate having you. Let everyone know where they can tap in with you.
Tap in with me at Greatezt. The S is a Z on Instagram, and at Greatezt Productions on Instagram as well. The S is a Z, and yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate having you. That was a great episode. We wrapping up.